And you hate kids. No, it's cool.
I love
They're
kids.
little shits. It's
I love my
completely
kids.
fine. No, they're all pretty bad. In this episode, we are sitting down for episode 2 with our new friend, Diana Robles.
Hello.
Do you consider yourself a newborn or maternity photographer? What's
Definitely maternity.
maternity, not
Yeah.
newborn?
I do newborn, but I definitely focus more on maternity for sure.
What did you start with?
Newborn.
Newborn.
Yeah.
So why maternity and not newborn?
Okay. Well, I'm a mother, so I love newborns also. It's just maternity has my heart because when I got pregnant for the first time with my son, he I gained 65 pounds with him, so it was really difficult for me to see like the beauty and the journey, while being pregnant. I had a low self-esteem. I just did not view myself as beautiful. I hated what I saw in the mirror, and I don't want women to feel like that. So
And you hate kids. No, it's cool.
I love
They're
kids.
little shits. It's
I love my
completely
kids.
fine. No, they're all pretty bad. David's new.
Mine are awesome.
Yeah,
and
I think
we're
mine are
also
pretty
here
good.
with David.
Yeah.
I forgot about David
That's
for a
okay.
minute.
Hi, David.
I'm on video, so it's cool.
So we are doing, well, we haven't mentioned it. So if you're listening to this right now, there should be a 360 video that you can watch. Tune in. I don't know how it's going to go.
I'm excited to see how it plays out.
We were messing with it last night, so we just rented this. Have you ever messed with a 360
I have not.
camera? This is our first time, so we're getting our.
I think it's
This
cool.
We have the Death Star sitting across from
It
me.
does look like a Death
It does.
Star. It's
Yeah.
looking at you. It's
Yeah.
got
Scary.
ears. It's
Definitely.
scary a little
It
bit.
is a little bit scary. Or a
Scary.
droid from some kind of crazy Star Wars episode.
So what I want to do with these, Diana, is put them in the middle of a photo shoot, and I think it would be really cool just to kind of see like photographers work
Yep.
and like kind of feel like you're there, but
Yep.
being able to look around. Have you messed with the metaverse?
I
Oculus?
have one. Yes, I do have one.
How often do you use it?
I don't know. I don't use it often, actually.
Yeah, I got mine like a year and a half ago. I
Uh-huh.
used it once, and then like haven't used it since we got that. And I was like, well, where'd that thing go?
Yeah, I was using it for like some workouts and stuff. I did it for like, I don't know, maybe a month, and then I got tired of it.
Do you think it's going to take off? I don't know if it's going to take off.
No, I
It's
don't
been
think
around
so.
for a while.
Yeah, it
and, like,
has.
Well, they have
Facebook is
they have
putting
the,
so much money into it.
They have the Oculus Pro now.
What's that?
I don't know what it does different, but it's black and it's like the Oculus Pro. I don't know what it does differently, but there you go.
It's probably
It
more
exists.
megabytes.
Maybe.
It's a couple more megabytes, and that's it.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the reason it's not taking off in mass though is there's nobody putting any real quality products behind it. So the games they're semi entertaining, but they're not like in-depth games. It's the same thing as like Apple Arcade, right? Like Apple launched Apple Arcade, and the games are like stuff I played in the 80s with
Right.
better graphics. They're not very intense.
Right.
And so like if nobody puts anything out for the Oculus, then nobody's going to be drawn to it. And then of course you can make the argument that, I don't know, which do you put first, the cart or the horse, right? Like,
Neither.
Do we have to have the thing, or do we build the thing so that people will be interested in putting stuff on it? I mean, in the time that I've messed around in the VR world, it is pretty
How
incredible.
much time has it been? David?
I had like the time I stood in your office and like with a
10
face.
minutes.
No, as long
David's
as that.
10 minutes into this and the next
But I mean, like some of the environments they had, I could see why it would be spectacular. I can imagine in photography education. I mean, no matter how many tutorials you watch, it is really hard to put yourself in the middle of the photo shoot and get an understanding of the depth of like how far is this modifier from the model. Now, if you did that, right, like if we took this and put it in the middle of a photo shoot, you put on these goggles, then you could actually walk around the environment while somebody's telling you about it and feel like you're actually in the workshop or in that space. Like, to me, that's super exciting. I just don't know how realistic it is yet. But, I mean, we don't know until we try, right?
I can't wait to see. Can't wait to see.
Well, I don't think we're going to be there yet.
No, but I'm saying, like, that would be cool. Here,
Right.
like, I was talking to my wife about this, like, consuming podcasts I typically do when I'm driving or I'm doing something else. So, like, putting on VR goggles while I'm driving is probably a mistake, but it would be cool to see people that I admire, like, feel like I'm sitting at the table with
Right.
them and enjoying a conversation. That would be cool. I don't know.
Well, we're going to find out.
We're going to find out real fast.
I have 0 views.
Yeah.
YouTube's going to charge us for putting this up. That's how it's going to go. We're going to get negative money on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, so let's back to the guest, David. Jeez, taking up all the time with a VR. Let's talk about how you got into photography and kind of give us this background on your maternity photographer. Where are you based? Kind of like what's your world like?
Sure. So I started my business mainly because we were struggling financially, like heavily. My husband was serving in the Marine Corps, and back in 2013, I feel like we hit rock bottom. Like it was terrible. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had just had my son, and we didn't even have money to put food on the table, honestly. And we would, we maxed out all of our credit cards. We would reach out to our families for help, and we didn't want to put our family burden on them either. So we're like, we'll take whatever help we can get, but we stopped asking for funds from our families, and we started like pawning our jewelry. I'm telling you, it was terrible. So my husband's like, we got to figure out a way to generate some sort of income. Like, I know you just had a baby, so I know you want to be home. He's like, you've always loved photography. Why don't you just give that a try? So he went to the store it's the only store that would give him a credit card because our credit scores were terrible. And it was the store on base. And he got a credit card. He bought me my first camera and a computer, maxed out that credit card. And
it's easy to do with camera gear.
Right,
yeah,
exactly. And then for that Christmas, my family bought me like the cheapest light setup from Amazon, like, those umbrellas.
Oh, yeah.
LED lights or whatever.
We've all had that kit.
Yeah, so that's pretty much where it started. I started just like practicing on my son, and then doing like some of his family, his friends at work and stuff, and their pregnancy pictures like outside and all. I did some events. I did one wedding, and I was like, never again will I do a wedding. So just like dipping my hands in a little bit of all these different genres of photography until I found out what I loved most, and that was maternity for sure.
What was the first maternity shoot?
That was my husband's friend, fellow Marine, and I went to their house on base, and I kind of just did like some lifestyle maternity photos in their bedroom, and I fell in love. I loved it.
What did you love about that first shoot? Did it turn out good, or was it a complete disaster?
It actually was pretty decent. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible, but
natural light.
Yes, natural light. I loved. Like I said, I loved being pregnant, but I hated what I saw in the mirror, like just having that low self-esteem. And when I would photograph women and I would show them their photos, they were like, wow, like the way you see me is beautiful. And I like seeing myself through your eyes, So I feel like that just gave me so much, I don't know, motivation and more passion, just like feel that passion. I want many women, all women that are pregnant, to feel that. So
your photos are amazing.
Thank you.
I wouldn't look that way. Is it possible? What could you do on a number like that?
I mean, anything's possible nowadays. Come on.
I don't look like that.
Look you up. To get you one of the while we're here, I'm pretty sure this is Vegas. We could probably go find one of those like pregnancy bellies. We could strap it
I don't think I
onto
need
you.
one. I think I got a regular belly that looks like I'm
Find a bearskin rug, because that's a reoccurring theme around here.
Yeah, don't get me this excited, David. Unless you're
just
gonna go get a bearskin
Did you bring
rug.
your camera?
I did.
There we go.
I did.
All right, so it sounds like you need to whip up a bearskin rug.
I'll have Ashley ship the one from our house.
You have wait, you have one?
Oh yes.
How do you have a real bearskin
Yes,
rug?
absolutely.
Where did this bear come from?
So
did you hit it with a car?
No, my wife.
Did you hunt
my
this
wife
bear?
Hunted a bear, not
No
I.
Your wife hunted
My
a bear.
wife hunted a bear. Yeah,
Wow.
I'll show you the pictures later. So
That's insane.
yeah, so I guess when my wife was in college, she went bear hunting. It's been living at a relative's house. Well, not living. It's been taxidermied in a relative's house for a while, and then randomly her dad just like, we got this box from her dad, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what it is. I open it up and I'm like, there's a bear head inside of a box. Like, what's in the box? Like, moment.
Wow.
I open it up, and then I pull the whole thing out. It's a full scale. I'm pretty sure I sent you an image of it. I had to.
I don't think so.
I know I did. Because you were the first person I thought of on the day that I got that. I know
probably
I sent
blocked
you a
it
cell
out
phone
in
photo.
pure jealousy.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I laid on it so I could send you said image.
Were you
No, I was
mostly
definitely
dressed?
not naked. I was totally dressed. I don't love you that much.
Well,
I gotta see this.
Yeah.
I gotta see this
Yeah.
photo.
all right.
It's a full
Get
pair
it
too.
overnighted up here.
All right, let's
We
do
got
it.
4 days.
Yeah. And now we got to find a pregnancy belly, and you're
I
going in
don't
for a
need
photo
one.
shoot.
I got one already.
You can model for my class tomorrow.
All right.
WP. Can you imagine at a WPPI? And our model today.
I haven't been outside in 4 years. I double as a reflector card.
This is the point where the podcast died.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just imagining a guy walking into a maternity class. Let's
Hey.
do this.
I'm an equal opportunity model.
It would be. It's got to be done. I really would pay good money to have this be done.
Yep. I'm in.
Let's do it.
We have those robes in there, like walking with a
Wait,
we
I
got
didn't see the
wardrobe.
robe.
like a model coming into like the nude drawing classes, right? You come in a robe.
Do you think we could make underwear out of them?
I
Can
don't
we modify this rug into like underwear with pockets?
I don't know. So far
Well,
gone.
we got some sheer fabric. We can just.
Oh, there we go. Oh, you can do the sheer.
Yes.
Yeah.
See?
Anyway, all right, we're on your journey.
So there's
It's
Dudoir,
after-
right? We have Dudoir.
Dudoir.
What's dude maternity called?
Why can't it be Dudoir?
No, because that's Dudoir. That's boudoir. This is maternity. Totally different.
Dudernity?
Dudernity. A dudernity shoot. All right.
That's funny.
I'm in. All right, so we're back to your first shoot. You like it.
Yeah.
It's natural light.
That was decent.
When does all the money start coming in and start raining down buckets of dollars?
Well, we were stationed in North Carolina. And so when I moved back up to New Jersey, I started actually doing IPS, in-person sales. And I didn't make a lot of money my first year in New Jersey. It was a complete
Well, it's New
flop.
Jersey. Let's come on.
Yeah, I mean. So, yeah, that was rough. But my second year is where things kind of took off. I was doing in-studio maternity. I stopped offering outdoor photography, and I was just focused on like in-studio shoots. So I feel like it was a bit, not no one, but there weren't as many photographers doing like this style of maternity photography at the time. So I was getting a lot of clients, and because I still was doing in-person sales, I was making a pretty decent money. But I've since, yeah, but I switched.
Oh, you don't do it anymore?
No.
Why? Tell us about this.
Well,
What's the sales process like?
now or before?
Or both?
Okay, well,
Break down in-person sales?
okay, I hate, all right, I love people, but I didn't want to meet with them so much. And I felt like I was meeting with my clients like over and over and over again. Like I was doing an in-person pre-session consultation, then I do their photo shoot, then they'd come back for an ordering session. And then I'd have to like meet with them for, the drop-offs and all. So it was meeting too many times, and I didn't like that. I didn't enjoy that process. And then also I'm very awkward when it comes to like sales and like being in person and, getting their card and like swiping. And I just didn't like that process. So, I stopped doing that, and now I'm a little bit more like not all inclusive. I feel like I'm a hybrid of, all inclusive, but also IPS. So like we do upsell, like I still offer products and all that, but I have like packages now where I'll know ahead of time how much I'm making and not like hoping, like crossing my fingers that they would spend a good amount of money. You know what I mean? Now I know how much I'm making going into the session, and they pay that balance before they even come and see me. So there's no like payments the day of or anything. It's not awkward.
We just met this other photographer, John, that I'm sure you'd love, who hates people and uses his website to automate everything, so he doesn't talk to anyone ever. And his website, he trained, I'm pretty sure using AI to take payments. So he doesn't even show up,
Right.
unless it's to push the button.
Right.
I think he was there for like 10 minutes, and that was it. And he uses the website.
I'm not even sure he was here for the podcast. I think it was AI too.
We'll introduce you. You'd love him. So you and John's sitting right behind you right now.
Yeah.
Which you can see if you're
and
watching
their
on
BFFs.
360.
So yeah.
So you guys met 3 years ago
Right.
at WPPI.
Yep.
What has it been like since then?
Do you want to know how I met him?
How?
All right. Well, he was coming down the hallway, And
Is he running? Jogging?
No, he was
Walking?
walking. He walks very fast. If you've walked with John, you know how fast he walks.
Got long
His
limbs.
long legs.
A tall guy.
So, right. So he's walking down the hall, and I was with my husband, and I was totally fangirling, like, oh my gosh, it's the John Grass. I can't believe it's him. And my husband's like, well, just go say hi. And I'm like, are you kidding me? No, I can't. So as we were literally crossing, my husband like shoves me right in front of John, and
Solid.
I like trip.
Sounds like a Marine.
So I like stumbled in front of him, and then I'm like, hi, John, like, you don't know me, but I obviously know you. And
That's
so
weird. That's the
there
same
was-
way I met John.
yeah.
No, it's not at all.
No.
I just called him.
I mean, and the rest has been history. Like he's so great. He's been such a great friend, and I love him.
He's like a really kind human being.
He really, really is.
He really is. I'm not just saying that because he's in the room too. He's like a
Not saying
really
that.
good guy. He's fun to talk politics too. He's one of the two people I will usually talk politics with, even though he hasn't called me in a while to talk politics.
Who's
I
the
don't
other
know.
one?
Chris. Me and Chris talk regularly politics, so that's weird.
Good thing this is a anti-politics podcast.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Good thing.
Thing.
All right, so the last 3 years, how has it been through COVID? You were having success before then COVID hits. What was COVID like for you? What did it do to your business?
So actually 2020 and 2021, we actually increased in sales, like sessions and stuff. Like, so I saw an increase. Well,
Right answer.
so it was tough in that I had to schedule a lot of sessions that, like we don't have that much time to, we have a time frame that we can do these maternity sessions. And if we wait too long, they don't get their,
Yeah, everyone was
sessions,
making
right?
babies.
So,
There was nothing
right.
else to do.
Exactly.
So 9 months into
Right.
COVID, you're booming. I can see that. That makes sense.
So there were some sessions that we had to reschedule, but thankfully we were able to, squeeze them in and get them done. But like I saw an increase in sales for both 2020 and 2021. So I don't feel like it hit me that hard financially. But it was rough in different ways, obviously.
Yeah, emotionally it sucked.
Yeah.
Being away from David that long was super
It's
hard.
horrible.
Worst time ever.
What about 2022? Did you go to WPPI last year?
I did.
How was it? I heard
It was great.
It was great.
I think it went pretty
Okay.
well. It was better than the year before. It was Ghost Town the year before.
Was it?
That
So
was
did
the
they have
first
Did
one
they have
coming.
121?
I think last year was the first year that they did it, right?
They did one in August. Do you remember?
Oh, they did the little tiny.
The
yeah.
little tiny one.
Yeah, they did do a little tiny one before they tried to do the full scale one. I forgot even
Yeah.
where it was, but it was not even at like a major hotel. I think.
Was it the
What was it?
MGM? There was the Luxor, which
Right.
you were guaranteed to get pink eye at. And there was one in between this one, right? Last year? I don't
There
know.
was one last year. Yeah,
That was here.
That was the
That was
last one.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one before that, that's what I'm saying. I think
was
they
at the
did, I
MGM.
think they
Okay.
did a little one. Yeah, like it was
It was a tiny
really
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was like super rules and stuff.
yeah. Right.
Back when they had the print competition.
And I think they
Right.
capped how many people could come too.
Really?
I think they did. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
It felt like a ghost town
It
then.
feels like such a long time ago.
I know.
know.
It
And,
does.
and yesterday at the same time.
Right. So that's why I'm saying like last year, I feel like it went good because compared to the year before that, like that was pretty bad. So
So
It
did
wasn't
you
so
ever
bad.
do the print competition? Are you a printer?
I haven't done the competition yet.
Well, you're not going to because they canceled it. But they're bringing it back.
Oh,
I heard.
good.
Oh, they canceled it for this year? Or?
Well, permanently, and then it sounds like a few people are bringing it back by
I
popular
think they're
demand.
just like, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed sitting in on the judging. I thought that was a great experience. But
To like hear the feedback and like what
right.
they were really looking
Yep.
for.
Yep. So, John was a judge, and I think he did a great job.
John's getting
He's
so much
super-
praise
he's
on this.
Super
yeah.
judgy.
Yeah.
Super judge.
So this is a real situation that's
Yeah.
coming up for me. I'm gonna do my first maternity shoot here, not
Oh.
too far in the future, like
Oh,
April, May time frame. One of these two.
Are you gonna
Just
have
kinda
another kid?
decide. No, God, no.
All right.
No.
so
No.
what are your thoughts on that?
No,
Like, what
so
do you-
that's what I'm kind of curious. Like, this girl I've known for years and years and years, and she asked me to do her maternity shoot.
Mhm.
Not a maternity guy, but I was like, I don't know. I don't. it would be weird, I think, as a guy to be like a full-time maternity shooter. But like when I see your work and I see a couple of other people that I follow, like what's her name,
Lola Milani.
Yeah, I love her
her
maternity stuff. Like the few times that like Jay Mayhew's done some maternity stuff, I really like. I kind of like that like more editorial fashion side of it. I don't know, I do agree. I think that women are, it's such a short period of time, a lot of times in their life. I think it's something that everybody should capture, just like any other experience that you have in your life. So something I find really appealing about it, but man, I think it would be, I don't know if I actually would want to do it. I have to do it one time.
What are you going to do, David?
I'm going to do this maternity shoot.
Was it going to be long and flowy, or is there going to be bear rugs?
I mean, who knows? Maybe she'll be down for the bear rug. I'll bring it in. I don't know.
You're going to do in-person sales?
No, like we talked. So I sent her some people's work and was like, well, if I'm going to do this, like here's some stuff that I would do. Like I sent her Lola's work. I sent her another girl. I have to think about it. I don't like.
You didn't send her my work? Wow, David. I feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Jeez, I just was like the first Instagrams that I found.
I'm just joking.
Fight. But no, I just sent her like those styles, you know, and was trying to be like, well, what this is what I would be willing to do. Right. But like now, advice, you do this for a living.
Yeah. Come to my class tomorrow. So I'm joking.
Oh,
just joking.
What time is your class?
It's at 12:30.
Okay.
He's got to work.
Oh.
There goes that. I do have my pass over there to go to the floor and everything, but.
So what's some good advice for people getting into maternity?
I'm more of like the less is more type of person. I'm not a big fan of like the big flowy gowns that are like, I'm telling you, they're like $500-$600. For me, it's like, it's pointless. I like to see, you know, the mom's body, her curves. Our bodies change so much during pregnancy. So like, that's what I want to capture. And I love when women embrace their bodies like during this time. So I do a lot of like nudes or like in underwear, form-fitted dresses. We'll do like maybe jeans and a sports bra, any way that we can like see the belly, like anything form-fitting. That's what I love. I'm all about like soft and natural, like hands and facial expressions. You know, I use a fan all the time in my studio because I like to get the hair flowing and all.
Do you like use one of the official like photography fans?
Yeah.
What are the official photography?
Like the big round black ones that are like the tubes.
Yeah.
I should use a leaf blower.
Leaf blower. Huh?
The leaf blowers are amazing. Just put a little pressure and then zzz, you just have somebody.
Is this what you're gonna do in your session?
I don't know. I'm not gonna go buy a fan. I'm gonna use it one time for this maternity session.
Well, rent one.
Oh. Live in El Paso.
Look at you cutting corners.
Yeah, I have a leaf blower.
This is why men don't do.
I have a leaf blower.
Are there a lot of men that do maternity? Did you know?
I can think of zero.
Yeah, I don't know any. Honestly, I know a few that have talked about like wanting to. Like they'll message me like, "Hey, can guys come to your workshop or something?" And I say, "Yeah," but they never book, and I haven't seen.
You're coming for the
I mean,
wrong
I think.
reason. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, I think like even if your intentions are right, like you know, definitely not trying to pick up on pregnant women. I have 2 of my own. I don't need any more. You know, I'm good. But like, I think there is something magical and beautiful about a woman when she's pregnant, and it's going. Like, I think of, you know, I guess it would be technically my second maternity shoot, because when my wife was pregnant, she was just like, I'm going to stand here and you're going to take some photos of me while I'm pregnant. And that was it. Like, she wouldn't pose, she wouldn't do anything. So I guess technically I've shot somebody pregnant before. But I think like I look at like work like yours and I'm like, man, that would be amazing to have, even of my wife. Like, you know, I mean, sorry, honey. But those would be amazing to have of my wife, and just to look back on something I'm never going to see her as, God willing, ever again. But I think it is beautiful, and I don't know why a guy wouldn't try, other than the fact that I feel like a lot of maternity shooting people are naked. Like,
I like how you say naked.
Naked. You gotta say it like a redneck. They're naked.
How do you pronounce it?
Naked.
No, they're naked.
Yeah. Naked.
Naked.
What do you say?
Well, it depends if David's in the room. would say naked though.
Naked.
Yeah.
Naked.
Well, 9 times out of 10, they'll say naked as well.
We have this joke with David that he's always one letter off in certain words, and sometimes he does it like because it's his accent, and other times it's just like, what word was that, Dave?
There's so much else going on in my head. I just can't always get all the letters.
He's
in.
thinking
Sorry.
so fast that words are just being invented in real time.
Yeah.
It's great.
Wow.
And I'm podcasting for the next week, so
That's
it's bound to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is your class like here at WPPI? Is it in a hotel room? Is it in like a conference room?
It's actually in the Grand Ballroom,
It's in
DC.
the Grand Ballroom. You're going to have a ballroom
You
dress
got the
on?
big show.
No, I'm not
No.
gonna. But I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I saw where it was, and I'm like, kind of got a little nervous there.
Because it's like a stage.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a demo though. Like,
All right.
I'll give a very short presentation, and then
Do you have a pregnant woman coming to do
I
the
do.
thing?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
he's like, I'm definitely coming.
Are you telling me that
Apparently I'm not, because I'm
Tell
going to
me
be
you don't
working.
need me. So you don't need me.
Yeah.
You could be the backup.
Back up. In case she goes into labor.
Right, exactly. She is 37 weeks, so.
Tell me in months. I can't do math that quick.
Oh, see, and I do it in weeks. It's like 9 months, almost 9 months.
All right. So she's
40,
ready.
40 weeks.
So it could
9
happen
months.
at any time.
So what are some safety precautions that you, I remember I learned this from Jay Mayhew's, like you never have them look up or down because they get dizzy really quickly. So what are some other like safety things that you make sure to put in place in your sessions?
Well, the first thing is I usually have my moms come in between 28 and 34 weeks, preferably between 29 and 32. Just because like the further along they are, number one, it's a lot more uncomfortable, the bigger you are and swelling sets in and all that. So definitely I prefer between 29 and 32 weeks.
Taking notes?
Yep, definitely. Yep. Don't wait till week 37 or 38.
Like I'm doing tomorrow?
Exactly.
She says.
Exactly. But for me, I like when we have them close their eyes. I know they get dizzy. I used to get dizzy all the time too. So if they're closing their eyes, I actually have them wait until I'm ready to shoot. And then I'll say 1, 2, 3, have them close their eyes and then open them again right away. I know, like I said, I used to get dizzy all the time, and I actually used to pass out during my pregnancy with my son. So,
wow.
Yeah, that was
Like
very scary.
Like walking or like,
Yeah, like
oh man.
yeah, if I maybe kneel down really quick and stood up too quickly, I'd pass out. If my shower was too hot, I'd pass out. Like it was terrible. Like a lot of things made me pass out. So yeah, if they're closing their eyes, like even if I'm posing them on the floor, I'll make sure like not to let them get up by themselves. I'm there to like help them stand up, and then I'll hold them until like we're good. A lot of people, like so far, all the moms that I've worked with, they've been perfectly fine going from like the floor to standing up. But you never know. I'd rather play it safe. For me, the biggest thing is like not waiting too long. It was really difficult to find a model here, not being here. So that's why we settled for someone who's 37 weeks.
How did you find a model here?
I actually had to reach out to like local photographers here to connect me with, some of their clients or whatever. So we were finally able to get one. And it's been like a few weeks that we've been looking. Even like one of the clothing companies that are sponsoring my class, they were looking for pregnant models and they couldn't find any. So they're actually going to have...
Nobody's pregnant in Vegas.
They're going to have a fake belly. They're going to have the mom who's coming in to model for this company she's going to wear a fake belly.
Oh. And it's like the full-on like poofy maternity dresses and everything? Or?
I don't know what they're going to put on her. They do sell some of those, but they do have some forefitting dresses too. So I'm not sure what they're going to put on her,
But she's going to be faking it.
But she's going to be faking it. Fake it till you make it.
Let's talk about marketing. Do you have a strategy?
I don't.
What? So how are you getting clients? Word of mouth?
No, honestly, Instagram, and I hate saying this, but like I rely so much on Instagram, and I know I shouldn't. But a lot of my clients find me on Instagram. A lot. I want to say like 95% of my clients.
Do you know how they're doing it? Like, are they searching for New Jersey maternity or?
I think it's my geotag, like New York or New York City maternity photographer, because I want to say like a huge percentage of my clients come from New York City.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you like pretty close?
Like my studio, I want to say is probably like 40 minutes from the city.
Okay.
Yeah. I live like 15, 20 minutes from the city, but my studio's in Franklin Lakes, so it's a little further out.
What's your studio like?
It's like a big garage. Like it used to be like this coffee bean factory in a garage.
Yeah.
So it's 1,500 square feet, and I think my ceilings are like 15 feet.
Okay.
It's pretty decent.
So
Not too bad.
What's in your studio? What do you rely on? Do you have a lot of backdrops? Do you have a lot of furniture? Are you obsessed with chairs?
I like I said before, like less is more for me. I very rarely use any props or anything like that. I have a ton of different like seamless paper backdrops, and I have some canvas drops, but I primarily shoot on white paper. A lot of like what you see on my page is done on white paper.
Okay. Do you do any composites?
Composites? No,
None.
not that much.
What's your lighting setup? Explain do you have a go-to lighting for most of this?
I use primarily a 64-inch umbrella.
Okay. One light?
For the most part,
right.
yes. I do use multiple lights if I'm working with like gels or if I'm backlighting or, you know.
When do you
something like
decide
that.
if you're going to use gels or not? Before the shoot or during the shoot?
So during a pre-session consultation that I have on the phone with my clients,
Okay.
they'll let me know what their style is at that point. So if they're going for like colorful or anything, then I'll already know going in whether we're doing gels or not. But a lot of times if a mom comes in and she's, you know, gorgeous and maybe I want to try something new, I'll ask her like, hey, are you okay if I try something creative at the end of your shoot? And if she says, yeah, then I'll go for it. So
Nice.
I
So
wait till I see her.
All right. So a few weeks ago when we met at PPA, you had some big news. You had a big accomplishment. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure.
So what happened?
All right. So I was elected to the board of directors of PPA. And
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Has that officially started?
yes,
When did it?
as
when
of
was
March
your first day?
1st.
All right. So you're brand new.
Brand new.
Brand new to the board.
Yep.
What's your first motion of business?
Get to the meeting.
So when
in April. It's in April.
the PPA is really cool because isn't it like it's the oldest
Yeah.
photography organization. It's
I
like
think it's like 150 years or something.
yeah,
like
that's
that.
super old.
Yeah.
That's super old. Did we know dinosaurs existed back then? We didn't. Did we?
150 years ago?
No, we didn't. When did we find out about dinosaurs? Was it 150 years ago?
Pretty sure I knew about it.
You guys are older than dinosaurs. Think about it. Doesn't that blow your mind? So what is the purpose of the PPA? Because a lot of people coming up don't know about it, and I think it has a reputation of. It kind of used to be, I think, where a lot of people learned, and it was like an authority figure. And I think social media, I don't know, are memberships declining? Are they increasing? Because when I was there, I was actually surprised at how many people. It seemed way bigger than WPPI had ever been just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Imaging was?
Yeah. I think this year we had like 8,000 in attendance, or almost
that's way bigger
10,000.
than WPPI.
Yeah, 8 to 10,000,
I was
something like that.
blown away.
Yeah, it was pretty big. But I think I love the community that they've built. I love that you know, it's definitely like about education and growing their skill sets and growing their businesses, and just really building that like community. I feel like they're very like business minded. Like, let's grow your business. Let's make sure you're establishing a business that you can actually like live off of, and not kind of like a hobbyist or something you're just doing on the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when did you initially join the PPA?
I joined like 3 years ago.
And was there like a person in particular that, you know, became your mentor? Or how did you get to the point where you're now running the joint?
Actually, I was nominated by the current president, Kira. So she nominated me. She said, hey, I think you'd be a great fit for the board of directors. Like, think about it. You don't have to submit an application, but just think about it. But I just wanted to let you know that I threw your name out there, like, for her nomination. So I took a little bit, think about it, because I was just like unsure if I, you know, that I was capable of doing something like this. So I decided on going ahead and like submitting the application. It was definitely quite the process, like the application, the interviews and all that, and then sitting in on the committee meeting that they had to like vote us in or not. Like that was kind of nerve-wracking, but I made it, and I'm honored.
Tell me more about this application process. Are they like checking your lenses if they're dirty?
No.
Like, no, she's got dirty lenses. Get her out of here.
No, it was just like a lengthy like application. I had to submit like a resume. I had to submit a bio, headshot, a 7-minute video. It was, a lot like that.
Do they care more
the
about your
board
work,
do?
or do they care
Questions.
more about like your admin skills?
Not so much admin skills. I think it's just more of like your leadership capabilities, how you can lead, how you deal with like, conflict if there is, thing more like that. Mm-hmm.
Have you been on a board of directors before?
I have not.
You're in for a treat.
I'm excited.
So is it a year long?
It's a 2-year commitment.
2 year. All right. So you got 2 years. What are the goals? Do you have any?
For me,
Yeah. Or just the board? Or do you know yet?
I don't know yet.
All right. So
We'll
you're gonna
find
get
out
there.
in April.
How many people are in the board?
There's 13.
13. All right. Lucky 13. Is there a big conference table you guys all get at and vote around?
Yeah,
All right.
that's pretty big.
Do they have like a headquarters, or do you guys just like show up at a
In
hotel and get
Atlanta.
together? Oh,
They
okay.
do have a headquarters. PPA has a headquarters in Atlanta. Yeah, so we'll be in Atlanta in April for like our big meeting.
Is that the other imaging? It's twice a year, right?
No. We're just getting to. It's just a couple
Isn't
days.
there
where
another
it's like,
PPA imaging down in Atlanta?
I don't know. Not that
I might
I
have
know
just
of.
made
Another
that up.
imaging?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Is there just one? I might have made
There might be. Are you?
I was a test you
like-
back.
What's the one they do in St. Louis?
Shutterfest. Shitterfest.
That's not associated with. That's like one dude that started that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
then there's
He
like-
wins his own contest.
At ClickCon in Chicago.
I don't know that one.
I never heard of that one either.
Click on.
Yeah,
Have you been to it?
just once.
Just once. That's all it took.
Exactly.
They used to have the other one. What was the other one? Like a long. It used to be like After Dark or something like that. They used to.
I
have
I
don't
think I
that.
know what you're talking about. But
That
not
one's
enough
dead,
to-
gone.
And there
So
was
what
like
happened to
Photo
PPE?
Plus. Photo
Is that
Plus.
coming back? They were gonna do it in Brooklyn and someone didn't. I don't know. That was my favorite one
The PPE, yeah,
because it was New York.
in New York.
That was New York. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know
hope
if
it
they're
comes
coming
back.
I don't know. I thought they weren't coming back. They were supposed to be there last year or something.
They were
like
doing it in
that, and
Brooklyn, which
Yeah, they killed
bad
that one because of
idea.
COVID too. Yeah.
No, it was a bad idea. Can't take it away from the Javits. I don't care how small it gets. I don't know. Once it's in Brooklyn, I don't know. Like traveling to Brooklyn is expensive. It's time consuming. There's not as many places to stay there. I love Brooklyn. Don't get me wrong, but I want to stay in Manhattan when I'm there and not have to travel every day. I don't know. It's just me. I'm an old cranky man. You know?
We know.
David, damn it. Why aren't you ordering the bear rug right now?
I call home. Call home.
Hey
That's where I'm
Siri,
ordering
order the
from.
bear rug.
3 things on my desk right now just lit up.
So what are you most looking forward to in the next 6 to 9 months? What's on are you just shooting a lot? Do you have personal projects?
I do have some like workshops coming up. So I'll be in Miami next month. No, this month actually. And then Atlanta and San Diego in April. And then Dubai in November.
What's in Dubai?
A
Workshop.
Workshop. How did that start? They contact you to go over there?
No, so this one because I wanted to visit Dubai, I reached out to someone asking if they think that they'd be interested in that area and if they'd be willing to host. And
You need any
they said
assistance?
yes.
Dubai's amazing.
Come.
You're
I've
gonna have a
never
great
been.
time. Oh, it's
Oh
amazing.
my gosh, my husband went when he was deployed and he loved it. So he's like, I want to go back for sure.
It's a great place to go.
Yeah, so we're bringing the kids with us.
We need to do. Are there any big photo conferences in Dubai? I feel like we need to go do a podcast there.
Not that I know of.
Actually, I probably would.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Dubai is like, I mean, there's so much stuff that happens in Dubai, so it wouldn't shock me if like somebody did a photo content or a photo conference. We just don't know about it because it hasn't gotten big enough yet. But somebody probably doesn't. And if somebody's listening right now, they're probably like, I live in Dubai. I got cash, so let's go because everybody in Dubai has cash.
We'll do the
Right.
podcast there.
You should host something.
I
Do
would
your
love
own
to.
event.
I would love to. Too busy. I'll go. Can't host it. I'll crash it. We'll see. David?
Yeah, I'll definitely go back to Dubai.
All right. I guess we're going to Dubai then.
Yeah.
Well,
I said I was done with the Middle East, but I guess one more time.
One more time. Just one more.
One more time.
So is this your first time teaching tomorrow, or you've obviously done workshops and stuff tomorrow? But this is your first time at WPPI as an educator.
No, this will be my third.
Your third time?
Third time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed everything. Jeez.
You know, we're rusty. It's been a few years since we did the podcast. We'll get back and do it quickly. Yeah.
Were you guys here last year though?
No, we didn't come.
Oh,
last
you didn't
year.
come. No.
Yeah.
I see.
We were still making sure it wasn't going to be a super spreader or anything. Last time got us a little shell shocked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
But now we're back with
But
vengeance.
now you're back. Exactly.
Exactly. Ready to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're back.
Yes.
Right? Well, I know that you guys have big plans tonight. I think we're just about out of time. So where can everyone go to look at your
Yeah. Instagram for sure. It's at Lovecurrent Photography. And I'm not so much on Facebook, but you can check out my
Let's get out
My
of here.
grandma.
Dumpster fire. Oh, good Lord. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. It was really great to catch up. And hopefully we will have some fun this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, that's all for today's podcast. Join us next time for more interesting discussion about the wonderful world of photography and her dark magical secrets. I'm fascinated with Instagram. It's such a simple construct. Just take a picture and post it on the internet. The other day, I took a picture of my neighbor's pet rabbit. He told me not to post it, but, you know, I did anyway. Wow.